We are going to be learning how to solve problems, and the success criteria in order to do this successfully is to read the question carefully, find key information, based on this decide on a calculation, and today you're going to be using a calculator to work out the answer. So let's look at this question. Sarah buys a juice at £3.25, expensive juice, and a sandwich costing £2.95. How much did she pay in total? So as I said, it's a good idea to read the question through at least twice. Sarah buys a juice at £3.25 and a sandwich costing £2.95. How much did she pay in total? Okay, so now we need to look for key information. Her name is Sarah. That isn't important. But what is important is that she buys a juice and it costs £3.25. Okay, that's our first bit of important or key information. If we read on, she buys a sandwich costing £2.95. Okay, I'm going to write that here because that's the next bit of important information. Finally, in order to work out what calculation we need to do, we need to read this bit here. How much did she pay in total? Total is another word for add, so we now know that we need to add these two items together. So I'm going to put an add sign there, and I'm going to put equals. Okay, so sometimes when we're doing calculations we make mistakes, and sometimes when we are using a calculator we can make mistakes. So it's important to do a good guess, okay? And so this is where we can use our rounding skills. So £3.25, if I think about rounding that to the nearest pound, okay? I have a 2 in the 10 pence column, so I round down, and £3.25 to the nearest pound is £3. So this is my estimate here. £2.95, well, there's a 9 in the 10 pence column. So because that's above 5, we round up, okay? And we say that £2.95, which is somewhere between £2 and £3, we say it's closer to £3. So we know that we are looking for an answer approximately of £6. So because I said that you were able to use a calculator for the exercises today, it's probably a really good idea if you experiment with your calculator. If you haven't got a calculator, as I said yesterday, you can use a mobile phone or you can Google online calculator and use one on your laptop or tablet. Now, this is an old calculator. Calculators don't all look the same. They are different, which is another reason why it's important to play around with it, okay? So the numbers are here, okay? So you might want to do a calculation that you can work out the answer to in your head, a simple calculation, just while you get used to the keys. So for example, I'm going to do 9 add 3. So with my thumb, I'm going to press 9, okay? And you should see, although I know it's a bit difficult, the number coming up, whoops, there, at the top there, 9, okay? Add, then I'm going to press the 3 at the bottom. Now I know that makes 12, okay? Now finally, I'm going to press equals, the bottom right hand corner, and it gives me the answer of 12, okay? Now this is really important. You need to be able to know how to clear the digits at the top for your next calculation. So for me, I know that it's AC here. It's the same button that I use to switch the calculator on, and that completely wipes the calculator's memory of previous calculations, okay? Sometimes though, you might make a mistake. So say if I was to do 9 add 3 again, which I know is 12. Say if I press the 9 button, okay, and then the add button, and say by mistake I press the 2 button, okay? You can see the 2 there at the top. What I do to clear the last number that I've inputted is I press CE here. So although it says a 0, the calculator is still thinking that there's a 9 add, okay? And all I need to do now is, fingers crossed, press the 3 and press equals, and there is the 12, okay? So by all means, do a little bit of experimentation, okay? Going back to our actual calculation, I want the exact answer. I have done the estimate. I want to do £3.25 add £2.95 equals. So, as I showed you before, I'm going to press the AC button. That completely clears all numbers that were in the memory bank of the calculator before. So the first thing that I need to key in is £3.25. I don't need to key in a pound sign. Okay, £3. So I need the decimal point. So I put 3.25. Okay, and then I'm going to go add. Okay, so hopefully if I move it down, you should see on the screen it says 3.25. And as I said, you don't need the pound sign. I'm adding £2.95, which as you can see is 2.95. I've already pressed add, I think. Let me just see though. I'll push in the 2, and if I've made a mistake, no. 2.95 should appear up there. And then to work out the answer, I just press equals, and the answer is 6.2. Now that's rather a strange number, isn't it? 6.2. It's because we need to put 0 in as a placeholder. So if we draw our pound sign, okay, we put 6, we put the decimal point in, and then we put 2. It means we have £6 coins, we have 2 10p, which makes 20p, and then we put the 0 in as a placeholder, £6.20. And I'm just going to move that along because I've just noticed you can't see that. I do apologise. So initially I put 6.2, and that stood for £6 and 2p, and 2 10p. I've now put the 0 as a placeholder. The answer is £6.20. Okay. And if you notice, it was remarkably close to our estimate, which tells me I've probably got it right. If you'd got an answer of £16.20, you would compare it with your estimate and then say to yourself, I think I better do this calculation again. Okay? So just remember, when it comes to solving problems, okay, to read the question carefully, to find key information. Now the key information, remember, you can write down in your jotter like I did, okay? Decide on the calculation you need. Is it an add? Or if you're finding change, is it a subtract? And then use the calculator to work out the answer. And if it's an addition, if it's a subtraction, there is a minus key there. And enjoy experimenting with the calculator. Good luck.